Most men don't fail because they are weak. They fail because of weak habits. That's the part no one talks about. A man can be intelligent, he can be talented, he can even be motivated. But if his daily habits are weak, he will lose, not instantly, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, over time. Because success is not built on what you do once. It's built on what you do every day. And weak habits? They destroy strong men from the inside out. Today, we're breaking down exactly how this happens. And how to stop it before it ruins your life. Every action you repeat becomes part of who you are. If you wake up late every day, you don't just have a bad routine, you become undisciplined. If you procrastinate constantly, you don't just delay work, you become unreliable. Weak habits are dangerous because they don't just affect your results, they affect your identity. And once your identity shifts, everything else follows. Strong men are not defined by intention. They are defined by what they do repeatedly. This is what makes them dangerous. They don't destroy you overnight. Skipping one workout doesn't matter. Procrastinating one day doesn't seem like a big deal. Wasting one evening scrolling feels harmless. But repetition turns small actions into patterns. Patterns turn into habits. And habits shape your life. By the time you realize the damage, it's already deep. Weak habits are built on comfort. Choosing the easy option, avoiding discomfort, delaying effort. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it comes with a cost. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you weaken your ability to handle challenges. Over time, even small tasks start to feel difficult. And that's how strong men become weak. Not through one big failure, but through repeated small comforts. Discipline is like a muscle, you know. It gets stronger when you use it, and, well, weaker when you don't. Every time you skip what needs to be done, give in to distractions, or avoid responsibility, you weaken your discipline. And once discipline is gone, everything starts to fall apart. Because discipline is what keeps you consistent. Without it, you become reactive, unfocused, and unreliable. Momentum is powerful. When you're consistent, things just start to flow. Work gets easier and progress feels natural. But, you see, weak habits break that momentum. One missed day becomes two, and two becomes a week. Suddenly, you're right back at the start. Rebuilding momentum is harder than maintaining it. And honestly, weak habits make sure you never sustain it. Your habits, well, they reflect your standards. If you accept laziness, your standards drop. If you tolerate inconsistency, your expectations lower. Over time, you start settling for average, for mediocre, for less than what you're capable of. Strong men don't become weak overnight. They lower their standards gradually. And, you know, weak habits are the cause. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose trust in yourself. You say you'll wake up early, but you don't. You say you'll work, but you delay. You say you'll improve, but you stay the same. These broken promises, well, they build up. And eventually you stop believing in yourself. That's where real damage happens. Because without self-respect, you stop pushing forward. Your mind follows your actions. If your habits are weak, your mindset becomes weak. You start doubting yourself. You avoid challenges. You overthink. You hesitate. Strong men are not just physically strong. They are mentally strong. And mental strength is built through disciplined habits. Weak habits train your brain to chase instant gratification. Scrolling, entertainment, constant stimulation. This destroys your ability to focus. You start jumping from one thing to another. You lose the ability to stay locked in. And without focus, you can't make real progress. Consistency is everything. But, weak habits make consistency impossible. You end up relying on motivation. You work when you feel like it, and then you stop when it gets hard. This creates a cycle. Start, stop, restart, stop again. And honestly, this cycle keeps you stuck. Strong men break this cycle with discipline. Sometimes weak habits feel productive. You plan instead of act. You consume content instead of create. You think about goals instead of actually working on them. This creates an illusion of progress. But nothing actually changes, and over time, this illusion becomes a trap. Just like good habits build success, bad habits build failure. Late nights lead to low energy. Low energy leads to poor performance. Poor performance leads to frustration. Frustration leads to more bad habits. It's a cycle, and if you don't break it, it only gets worse. Weak habits create avoidance. You delay tasks. You ignore problems. You avoid challenges. This leads to more pressure, more stress, and, more problems. Strong men face responsibility. Weak habits make you run from it. Average is not an accident. It's a result of weak habits. Doing the minimum, avoiding effort, choosing comfort. Most men stay average because their habits keep them there. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to break out. This is important. Even strong men can fall into weak habits. Discipline is not permanent. It must be maintained. The moment you relax your standards, weak habits start creeping in. And if you're not careful, they take over. Awareness is the first step. You really can't fix what you don't see. You need to identify your weak habits. Ask yourself, where am I being inconsistent? Where am I choosing comfort? Where am I avoiding responsibility? Honesty is key. Without it, nothing changes. You can't just eliminate bad habits. You need to replace them. Instead of scrolling, read or work. Instead of avoiding, take action. Instead of delaying, start immediately. Replacement creates lasting change. Discipline is built through repetition. Small actions done consistently. Wake up on time, do the work, finish what you start. These actions, they seem simple, but over time they build strength. Raise your standards, decide who you want to become. Then align your habits with that version. Don't tolerate weakness. Don't accept inconsistency. Set higher standards and live by them. The choice is yours. Every day you make choices. Comfort or discipline. Distraction or focus. Excuses or action. These choices, though they seem small, they define your future. Weak habits destroy strong men not because they are obvious, but because they are subtle. They creep in slowly. They weaken you quietly, until one day you realize you're not the man you could have been. But here's the good news. You can change it. You can take control. You can build better habits. Because strength is not something you're born with. It's something you build every single day. So the question is, will you let weak habits destroy you, or will you discipline yourself and become the man you're meant to be?